lovely ladies. So now that we know how important bronzer, blush and highlighter is in our daily makeup routine, this video is all about how to bronze, blush and highlight. As you can see, I already did my face. The only thing that I'm missing is, of course, my bronzer, blush and highlighter. And I'm going to show you exactly the techniques I use and the products. Just a quick thing, everything that I'm doing using products and brushes, I'll be linking it in the description below. I will also try and find some alternative products that would work just as well, that is a little bit more cost effective. So without further ado, let us start. I like to start with bronzer. A quick thing about choosing a bronzer is mainly try and go for a matte bronzer and not a bronzer with a shimmer, because we are placing it in areas that we generally have a shadow. If that has a shimmer, it's going to reflect light, and that is going to make your face look a lot wider, and it's going to be very unflattering. So choose a bronzer with a matte finish. A bronzer that's more on the darker spectrum will work for most skin tones, because you can layer it up for the darkness that you need for your skin tone. It's pretty much a one size fits all. Try stay away from a very light bronzer because it tends to go quite orange. So another thing about bronzing is you want to bronze to flatter your face, and the most flattering face shape is obviously an oval. So I will be linking a chart in the description that will show you exactly how to bronze to flatter your specific face shape. So I am a square, so I will be bronzing for a square face. And I like to start where I want the most contrast, and that would be my jawline. I like to have a very chiseled look. It suits a square face as well. So I want to start at my hairline, and then I want to work my way down your cheekbone. Don't bring it too far down, as that is going to make your face look quite sunken in. You want to stop about halfway, and you are going to put the bronzer on your cheekbone and on it and a little bit under it. And I'm using just a little brush about this size, and you're just going to start from the temples and work your way. And you want to blend as you're going along. And as you can see, I start with a very thin layer, and I'm just slowly packing on the color. It just makes everything easier to be blended out naturally. So that is the difference. And let's do the other side. I'm going to start at the hairline and work myself down. Just checking if they're always even. And the stroking motion is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that is going to make sure that you don't go further down or higher up than you should. And I'm not going in circles, because that is going to deposit the color all over the place. So once you have done your cheekbones, you want to start on your forehead, and I am bronzing the corner of my forehead. And making sure that I go into the hairline so that it looks natural. So because of my square face, I can get away with going quite deep into my forehead, because that is going to draw the eye into the middle of my face. So it's creating that illusion. A little bit there. Next will be my jawline, and for a square face I'm going to go on my jawline but also a little bit above it, just to cut that square corner off, and I'm connecting it to the jawbone. So effectively it actually is going to end up looking like a 3. And you want to bring this down on your neck. This will create a shadow that will hide your double chin if you have one. And then we start the other side. Okay, so I've created my 3 over here and my 3 over here, and you just want to make sure you are even. Right, and then I want to dip into a big fluffy brush and just go over my whole face, so that it adds more color to my very pale complexion. So for a nice out, you can obviously make your contouring a lot heavier. And for the daytime, you just need just that little bit of bronzer. So that is the bronzing done. Next is the blush, and a general rule that I would like, or advice that I'd like to give, is when you're picking the color for your blush and you're not quite sure what color suits your skin tone, a peach suits every skin tone. So the lighter your skin, the lighter the peach. And if you have a darker skin tone, you need to go for a very rich, dark peach color. It is super flattering for everyone. When you get to the pink tone blushes, that's where it gets a little bit complicated, because if you are a very pale, bluish skin, you want to go for a very light pink, but on the cooler end of the spectrum. And if you have a very dark, warm skin, that will obviously make the blush, the pink that you have to choose, a lot darker and a lot more warmer. But with a peach, it just looks amazing on every skin tone. So I have this peach right over here, that I really like, and it works. So I'm just dipping in a angled brush. It could be a rounded brush as well. This is just one of the brushes that I love to use for my blush. And depending on what I'm wearing the day, I will either have a lot of blush or a little bit less. If you're going, again, on a night out, you want to add a little bit more color to your face. So the intensity just depends on where you're going. So I start at the apples of my cheek, not too close to my nose. So the wider your face is, you want to use your blush closer to your eye. So if you have a very narrow face, you want to start your blush further away from the apples of your cheek, and you connect it to your bronzer so that they blend in. And it's just small strokes, buffing it in. And then I like to take the fluffy brush again and just buff it together and take off all the excess. Right, so once everything is nicely blended in is the highlighting phase. And like I've mentioned, if you are wearing highlighter every day and it's a daytime look, try to go for something a little bit more on the muted side and not as striking and as blinding. Especially if you are going to take flash photography, do not use a highlighter that has high reflective particles or shimmer in it, because that is going to reflect in the flash and it is not going to look very flattering. So I have this MAC Skin Finish one. It is a go-to of mine. It's already so used, and it has a pinky tone to it, so it doesn't have that white highlight hue to it, because the white highlight tends to look very unnatural. So I like to go for something a little bit more pinky. And this brush is actually for foundation, but I love using powder on it because it picks up the powder on these little bristles, and I can lightly graze my skin and it deposits the shadow not as concentrated as a smaller brush. And I am just doing a small C around my eyebrow and above my eye. I'm not going in too far in because that is going to make you look sweaty if you have any shimmer that's over here. So you want to just take it to where the corner of your eye is and up to the arch of your eyebrow. You can do the tip of your nose. If you are taking photos, avoid putting shimmer on the tip of your nose, your forehead, or your chin. If it's for just the day wear, you can do it. It does look very nice and natural. And then once again, I take my fluffy brush and I just buff everything together. And it's all about blending to make sure that your look is as natural. And there you have it. I would just finish this off with a fixing spray and fan it dry, and that is all that's to it. I think it makes such a huge difference. If there's anything that is not discussed in detail that you're unsure about, please leave a comment and I will be happy to clarify and help you perfect your technique on how to bronze, blush, and highlight. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon.